Hey guys, it's Kyle Hunter from bangthebook.com. March 7th, Thursday college basketball preview. In this video, I'm going to be looking at only regular season games to finish off the regular season for these bigger conferences. Are a couple smaller conferences still left. But we talked about conference tournaments on handicapping the hardwood 2 times this week, 2 segments with myself and Adam Burke. Adam does a great job hosting those shows at Bang the Book Radio. I'm happy to be a part of some of those segments. Handicapping the Hardwood's been one where I know a lot of people have tuned in. A lot of people have made some good money by listening to those. We've had some futures discussions, some money line rollover discussions for the conference tournaments already this week. Now, check out those if you haven't already, because a lot of these conference tournaments haven't started yet. So there is some shelf life on those. And even if some of them have started, I think it's a good listen as far as, what's the best way to look at money line rollovers versus futures prices, and the best way to attack conference tournament time when it comes to ATS betting, totals betting, different trends, angles, systems that you'll want to pay attention to. So if you haven't already, I recommend you check that out. Check out my daily college basketball free pick article on bangthebook.com. Been a little bit cold on that here the last few days. It's been a great season thus far. You're always going to have those slumps in the streaks. So hopefully it turns around here pretty soon. But 68 and 47 on the season, no complaints there. Hopefully we can finish the season out with a nice profit here with those college basketball daily free picks. Also, subscribe to this on YouTube, Bang the Book. Definitely check that out. We're going to have a lot of videos going forward. Adam Burke does a daily video. I know Brian Blessing does videos. I do these 2 videos every week. I'll do another one later this week on Friday for a Saturday college basketball preview. Lots of information in all these, and it's definitely some stuff that I think you should be checking out on a regular basis. Let's get to the games here for Thursday, March 7th, as I bring up the board here. Cincinnati and UCF. Love this game. I'm really excited for this game. We'll definitely be watching this game. Cincinnati's been better defensively here of late. They started the season out not quite as good on defense as what they had been usually under Mick Cronin. That's changed a lot. I think Cincinnati is getting even tougher on defense. Cincinnati has allowed 0.98 points per possession or less in 5 straight games. That's pretty impressive, 0.98. Very good defensive efficiency. So Cincinnati's been very good on defense. How about UCF, though? UCF with a really nice win against Houston. UCF has been much better here of late. They were a team that a lot of people had pretty high hopes for going into the season. I think they underachieved a little bit for a while, but they've been very good of late. Definitely a dangerous team, and a team that nobody's really going to want to face if they get in the big dance, which I assume they will at this point. So UCF, let's see how they do here against Cincinnati. UCF was tied with Cincinnati with less than 3 minutes left at Cincinnati. Some questionable calls. Cincinnati ends up winning that game in a pretty close one. Here's our chance at revenge. They're coming off a big win. Cincinnati has been playing very well lately. Jaron Cumberland, one of the best players in this league. He's able to break you down and also shoot it pretty well from 3-point range. He's a playmaker for Cincinnati. So let's see how UCF guards him. They've got Taco Fall in the middle to keep people out of the lane. This is a UCF team that, like I said, I think they're a very dangerous team. The thing that I would look here is, first of all, I'll tell you what I think the line will be. This is what I think the market will put out there. UCF -2, total 127.5, somewhere in that range is my projection. To me, I would lean the under. If you can get high 120s, I think this is a really hard-fought game. I think both teams will be having a really difficult time getting open looks in this one. So that would be my lean in this game. UCSB and Cal State Northridge, we get to go back under the radar. I love these games. Cal State Northridge coming off a win at Hawaii. That's a really good win for them at Hawaii. You make the long trip back. Fairly short turnaround. I mean, it's Saturday to Thursday, so not really short turnaround. This is what they're used to. But it's a late game there at Hawaii. Longer trip back, certainly, than most of their games. You've got UCSB, who had a week to get ready for this game after they lost last Thursday to Long Beach State in a surprising loss. So UCSB not in the greatest of moods coming into this game. Let's see what it means for this one. I like UCSB in this game. I think -1, 146.5 or so the total here. If the price is right, I like UCSB. I think UCSB is the better team. I think they match up well as well because Cal State Northridge can't get defensive rebounds. That's a huge problem for them. UCSB, one of their biggest strengths is offensive rebounding. So let's keep an eye on this spot. Indiana and Illinois. Illinois -2. I have to tell you, I think this is a hard line to make. Illinois -2, 139.5 or so. Indiana has those marquee wins that you absolutely need to get in the big dance. They don't have the wins over the teams who are weak. If you look at their record in the Big Ten right now, they're just 6-12 in the Big Ten. I do think that they certainly have a shot at getting in the big dance because of those big wins. They really need to win a game like this. They need to win this game. They need to win their next game against Rutgers as well. So the pressure's on Indiana here. Illinois, what about them? They rely really heavily on forcing turnovers on defense. Because if you look at Illinois in the half court, both on offense and defense, they're really not very good. Illinois on offense, not very efficient. If they get a quick steal, they can go and score quickly. That's what they're trying to do with their trapping, pressing, trapping, jump defenses. A lot of different things that they do. Brad Underwood does a good job mixing up their defenses, and I think this young team certainly has a high upside, especially for the future. Illinois is continuing to play hard, but they're not very efficient on offense in the half court. And like I said, on defense, if you can break through their pressure and then just run a half court set, they're not very good in the half court sets. So that's the key to this game. Can Indiana take care of the basketball? Definitely a fascinating game here. Next one I want to talk about, UCLA and Colorado. I think Colorado -4.5 or so in this one, maybe 5, 148.5 or so the total here. This is the dreaded back-to-back at altitude for Southern California teams this week. So you got UCLA and USC doing this. They'll play Colorado and Utah. USC will play Colorado second, Utah first. So definitely keep an eye on that spot. Usually much better to back the home team, the team that's used to the elevation, than it is to back the team from California. And if a team from California plays really well in one of these games on Thursday, I would look to go against them on Saturday. I think they spend a lot of effort if they do something like that, a close loss or a close win. Something like that is an ideal spot on Saturday to go with the home team in Colorado or Utah. In this specific game, UCLA off an overtime win against USC. I don't think this is a very good spot for UCLA. They put a lot into that win against their rival. Colorado's the team that I trust more consistent. The only thing going against Colorado here is they did already win at UCLA, so you have the possibility of road revenge being a factor here for UCLA. I still like Colorado in this one. If it's -5, I'm on the fence as to whether I'd play it or not. If you get a number lower than that, I'd be interested in Colorado here. Iowa and Wisconsin. Wisconsin about -8, 137.5. The total here would be my guess. The Iowa Hawkeyes have played 2 really ugly games in a row. Brandon McCaffrey suspended for his outburst, which his outbursts are pretty regular, but this one was even bigger than a lot of the others. So McCaffrey out. Wisconsin, not a good team to lay points with. But do you really want to back Iowa here? I mean, Iowa's a team that I'm concerned about based on their last couple of performances. This is a team that has outperformed what people thought they would be this season, but maybe they're not, one of the better teams in the Big Ten after all. We know they're not an elite team. It's just, maybe they're not quite as good as what they showed earlier this season. Their defense is questionable. On offense, they rely on getting the line a lot. Wisconsin does not foul very often at all. So let's see if Iowa can figure out a way to score without getting to the line quite a bit here. Montana and Portland State is what I'll finish with here. Montana -6 or so, -6 or so, 147.5. -147.5 would really be something, wouldn't it? 147.5 or so on this total. Portland State beat Montana on the road in overtime earlier this year. That was a stunner. Look, Portland State was not playing well at all then. Montana with a really good home court advantage. They lost that game. Now they get their chance for road revenge. This is an ideal situational spot for Montana. So if you just look at the situation, you want Montana in this spot. I will say Montana's not been playing very well here in their last few games. I think this Montana team certainly has a high upside, and they're one game up in the Big Sky, so they need to win this game. But their form hasn't been too great here of late. Let's see if they can put it together here. The only side I could take would be Montana, but I wouldn't want to lay a bunch of points here. I think this is a a Portland State team that has improved throughout the year. They're won 5 of their last 6. Montana not playing too great, but like I said, I think we get a full effort here from Montana. I don't think they'll take a half off. I don't think they'll let off here. They want this game because of what happened earlier this year. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Kyle Hunter Picks. Follow Bang the Book at Bang the Book. And also give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Certainly those encourage us to do more videos like this one in the future. So I appreciate everybody who's been doing that. If you have any comments, you can comment here. You can also, probably the quickest way to get a hold of me is on Twitter at Kyle Hunter Picks. You can email me, Kyle@huntersportspicks.com. But if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. Appreciate all the support. Check out the daily college basketball free picks article and subscribe to Bang the Book on YouTube. And I will see you back on Friday for a preview of Saturday's college basketball slate.